Happy Thursday. I hope you've had a good week so far. No doubt you're feeling a bit tired, having had a nice long half term, and now you're straight back into work. It's time now for you to curl up in a ball or close your eyes or put your head down and listen to a lovely story. This one I read to 1JH just before school closed, but I've only read it once, and I don't know if all of you were in school, so you might not remember this one. It's called Felix After the Rain. Felix was a terribly unhappy boy. He dragged an enormous suitcase behind him wherever he went, but he didn't know what was inside. What do you think could be inside? Something dark had appeared in the suitcase when Grandma died. Something hurtful had hidden inside when his friends made fun of him. Something bothersome had burrowed its way in when his dad told him off. The suitcase became heavier and heavier. Felix could barely manage to push it along. If only he could leave it somewhere and escape across the ocean. But the sea was so rough and the winds were so wild. Grandma used to say to Felix that the sun always shines after the rain, and that after every uphill climb, there's a downhill stroll. I like that idea. So sometimes things can be really, really tough, almost like we're climbing that mountain. But at a point, things do get easier, and we come down the other side, like we're taking a stroll downhill. Just want to cast your eyes back to this page. Have a look at that colour palette. And then have a look at this one. Seems like things are changing. And do you notice the face up here as well? Well done if you spotted that. And here as well. And here as well. They're everywhere. One day, Felix reached the top of the hill, puffing and panting. He lay down in the shade and fell asleep. A small boy was playing nearby. He caught sight of the suitcase, crept towards it, and opened it up. All of a sudden, the sky turned grey. Felix found himself in the middle of a storm. He felt a rumble in his head, and his eyes filled with tears that ran down his cheeks like the rain. Looks like all of that sadness is coming out. I wonder if he'll let go of it all. When the storm had settled, Felix felt calm too. "What did you do with the suitcase?" he asked the curious boy. He just smiled, and Felix thanked him. Felix came down from the hilltop and he looked at the clouds in the sky. He smelt the blossom on the trees and listened to the hum of the friendly breeze. Without a care in the world, he leapt towards the clear blue sea. "I feel like a fish in water." He returned home empty-handed, but with a heart full of happiness. It lifted him off the ground like a balloon. Felix was so happy, he wanted to give everyone a hug. And everyone gently hugged Felix. What do you think was the message of that story? Why do you think this author felt that it was important to write this book? I'll show you a page to jog your memory. This is the page where the boy opens the suitcase. All of this sadness seems to come out. The sky turns grey, feels a rumble in his head, and he begins to cry a lot. I'm going to turn the page. Do you think he felt better or worse afterwards? I think he felt better. Sometimes we get a lot of feelings, not so nice feelings, building up inside us. We might bottle them up, and it doesn't feel so good when we're carrying them around with us, just like Felix was carrying them around in his suitcase. Sometimes it just takes someone kind to come along and open up our suitcases and let all that sadness go. Have a good old cry. Sometimes we need to cry. And then afterwards, we might just feel that bit calmer and a bit lighter, like our suitcase has gotten lighter as well. Hope you enjoyed that story today. And I will see you very shortly on my screens if I haven't already seen you today. Bye. Take care.